So Pierre has done the design work for this. I'm calling it an activities page, or our services, what we've been up to. Pierre designed it, Luke did the front end, these nice new hover things. It's just to show what we've been up to for film, web, print, organizational clarity. And so I'm going to walk through building an extension, a Refinery extension, or it's actually three of them kind of put together to build this. So the first step is to figure out what attributes these activities have, and I'm seeing, so there's this print, web, film, which I'm going to call the project type, and the highlight or behind the scenes or thoughts, I'm going to call that the activity type. So we've got an activity type, a project type, which we can sort and filter by, and then we've got subtitle. Call that a subtitle, a first glimpse at a new website. Pamphlet design, yeah, those will be subtitles. And then you've got a featured image, you've got a client, and then there is this is the project type, so something project. You got a title here, client, activity type, content, the body of the activity, we'll call it. Let's get all these into command to generate it. Okay, so let's generate this engine. We're going to do Rails generate. And we'll start with the title. It's a string. Subtitle also. The body is going to be text, which this will include images, HTML, everything, the entire body of the activity. Featured image. And we go image here so that we can get our select a file and put that in. It does all that for us. Activity type, and this is an ID because it's a relationship with an activity type model. And then project type, also an ID, integer. And then we'll use the live editor to edit this. And this will generate a bunch of files for us and give us some instructions to install that is not good. Forgot one thing here. When I generated this, I needed to go Rails generate Refinery engine is an activity. Activity has title and strings. Okay, we run that one. Now we install it. Good. And then it was a Rails generate. So this installs our extension that we just generated. And then we got a new migration installed, so we'll migrate the database and seed a page in there. And restart our Rails server and see what we got. So what that gave us was a new activities tab here, creating an activity. So this is just the default. No, I haven't put any styling into this. And then the content goes here. We can put images and whatever we want in here. One thing I forgot to do was put a date. So these are going to be sorted by date. So we're going to put a date on it. There. So we can add multiple activities. We can delete them. And if we want to search and sort, we can just add those in. It's all there for us. That was pretty easy. Now at this point, whenever I generate something, I like to commit exactly what was generated, so I know exactly what changes I've manually made on top of that. So we just commit this to git. We want the entire vendor extension activities directory. I always put the command in that I used. There we go. So let's move on to creating the activity type engine then. This is the same kind of command, an engine, activity type. And this basically just has a title. And then to put it in the same extension, so it's going to go into the activities extension that we just generated with that activities namespace. So it's going to be an activities activity type, like that. We won't use a live editor for this, so it's just that. Got a submenu issue here. Sure, we'll override it. Same steps, just to install this one. And create that page. Restart our Rails server and see what we got. And this created for us an activity types extension. We can say highlight behind the scenes. All those things. And then we're probably going to want to be able to sort these. So, well, first we'll save this extension to Git again. So I save that to Git. Now I'm just going to open the controller and say sortable true. And what we get there is this new reorder thing, which we can then just go and reorder these, and that'll just order them in the drop-down, is what the intent behind that would be. So now for the last engine. It's the project type. And it is going to have a title, again, just like print web or something. And it will have a color, which is just a string as well. And then it also has an icon. If you notice here, we're just going to use a string for the icon, so it's like the painter thing with a monitor. We just need a string for that. And then we also do put it in the activities extension. So again, same steps here. Migrate the database. A lot of this doesn't really feel like programming, it's just, I don't know, not programming. So that again gives us the same thing, another engine here with, this time we have a few fields, a title, the color, and the icon.